Heads up, guys. Why did you do it?
We love you, brother. We love you. We love you. I love you. Love you, girlfriend. We love you. We love you forever.
Do things a little different today. So before we get into it, I gotta give a rest in peace and condolences to the victim, the family, to this human being, Adid Fayaz, who was murdered at the hands of another human being. I refuse to give him a status, police officer status, because when we start to give titles, we begin to pick and choose who deserves condolences, RIPs. So let's get it. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the human side of this case. A man is murdered, leaving behind a wife, kids, friends, family. Randy Jones, the alleged gunman, leaves behind a family, friends who loved him as well. So many lives will be affected behind one poor decision. Randy Jones' family shouted, "We love you forever. We love you. We love you. You'll see the support. We love you." You could kill 30 people today. Your family will only see the good in you and will still love you despite your poor decision making, as we see right here with Randy Jones. But on the other hand, the reporters was only looking for a good story, and Adid's family, his family is out here mourning. They don't care about "I love you" and his family and Randy Jones' family, what's going on. We lost a loved one. We want some type of justice. We don't care how much of a good father or brother, cousin, or family man he was, the times he made you guys laugh. No, we lost a loved one. And that's why we got to start to look at the human side of things. We start putting titles on people, and that's what make us forget about the human side. So, I said all that to say this. There is good in all of us. There's good in every last one of us. Don't allow a moment of poor impulse and greed and poor decision making to end up like this man here. Don't let poor decisions and poor impulse and instant gratification determine your greatness. Everyone sees the good in Randy. They see the good. They see the potential in him. They see that, yo, you're a hard worker. Oh, you'll be good at this. They see that in him. And that's why I see in everybody else out there. They don't see a killer. They don't see a criminal. They see the brother, the uncle, the friend, the guy that made them laugh at one time. And on the other end, the family that's mourning sees the same thing. And all they see is the criminal and the killer. And they want justice. Talk back to 10. I'm talking to you. But now it's too late. It's too late for Randy. It's too late for the family. It's too late for everybody. You can't rewrite his choices. You can't rewrite history. To my youth, to my old heads out there, instant gratification can cause you a lifetime of hardship. Instant gratification can cause you a lifetime of hardship. You don't think so? Okay. Let's take a look at this guy. Look at him. Look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at him. Look at him. Look at his actions. Look how he's crying. Look how he's pulling away. He don't even want to go back. He don't want to go back in there. No, there's something going on in there that he don't want to endure no more. Not only on the physical aspect, but on the mental side of it. He don't want to go back. Look at him. Look, he don't want to go back. Look, he's crying. He don't want to go back. Look at this. Look at this guy. I bet he was real aggressive and tough and ready to pop off. He was ready to pop. I see him. He's 18 years old. I can see he was ready to pop off at any moment. He don't care. Yep. Pop off in them streets. Now look, at 18 years old, he crying and begging to go home. I don't want to go back. He don't feel sorry. He don't empathize for people and the victims that he created. All he sees is himself as being a victim now. That's what happened to us. That's what's going to happen to you when you go to prison and the poor decision you make. You'll be just like this little young kid here. At that moment, he just want to go home. Forget the victims. He's the victim. His criminal behavior, his dehumanizing. You are not built for this. You're not built for it. You act like you are. Yeah. You can cry on camera. You can cry in your cell. You can cry in your pillow. Either way it goes down, you gonna cry. You gonna cry. Then we have crying shame. This is crying shame. I couldn't believe it. He tattooed up, face all tatted. I mean, he looked gangster sitting there. But that right leg, that right leg couldn't stop moving. He was going through it. He was going through it. Look how he cried. Look. Watch it. Look at him.
12 months. 43 straight, right?
Bullshit, man. Get out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. Bullshit, man. Fucking bullshit, man. Fucked up, man. Bullshit, man.
He was on demon time. You can't tell me he wasn't on demon time. I can look at him. I can see his body name. He got the kufi on. He had the tattoos. He into his religion now, probably trying to make a change. You know, making prayer and everything. Demon time. He was on demon time before. Kidnapping, weapons, real aggressive in his approach. Now it's some bullshit. You heard him? Some bullshit, man. It's bullshit, man. Now it become bullshit. That shit you was doing wasn't bullshit, though. Look at them. They crying. You think you're not built for this. You're not built for it. If you don't like the outcome, go to PC, like say last. Go to PC. Then we have
created. I have two brothers, two sisters.
Let's take a look at
several nieces and nephews, a mom, a dad, 8 aunts, 9 uncles, over 20 cousins that I've grown up with, as well as countless friends, all of whom would suffer greatly if I took my own life or if I allocated and begged for the death penalty and then got it. The most important thing I want to say is that I am very sorry for the enormous pain that I've caused the people that love Travis. I'm horrified because of what I did, and I wish there was some way I could take it back.
Court finds the defendant has no prior criminal history. The defendant has family and community support. The defendant has mental health issues. The court has also considered the defendant's childhood background. The court finds the mitigation presented is not sufficiently substantial to call for leniency and that a natural life sentence is appropriate. It is ordered the defendant shall be incarcerated in the Department of Corrections for the rest of her natural life with no.
She gave her whole family history. She gave her whole family history. Her upbringing, her sweet 16, when she lost the earring at a friend's house. She gave all her history. Yep. The judge said, we hear you, remorseful Karen, but guess what? The court sentenced you to life. The rest of your life in prison. Yeah. You're not a victim. Your upbringing ain't have nothing to do with you making this person a victim. Yep. Taking all into consideration. That's what the judges say. Okay, we're going to take all into consideration about you, Cameron. But you are sentenced to natural life. Talk back at 10. I'm talking to you. You're not built for it. Then we have...
breaks down into tears as a full-grown man who's just getting what he deserves.
Let's take a look at this.
Punishment at 8 years. Count 2. Not guilty of the crime of... Count 3. Burglary in the first degree. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of burglary in the first degree, nor lesser included. Count 4. Defendant is guilty of the crime of procurement. Punishment is set at 5 years. Count 5. Defendant is guilty of the crime 31 by instrumentation. Defendant is guilty of the crime of, and punishment is set at 12 years. Count 32. Defendant is guilty. Mr. Holtzclaw, this jury finds you guilty of the various counts. You will be remanded to the custody of the Oklahoma County Sheriff for formal sentencing set January 21st, 2000.
He's the worst of them all. This man right here, right? He was afforded every opportunity in life. He went out, went to college, went to school, got his credit, and became a police officer. Look at that. Look. He's on the other side of the law, doing the right thing. Using his badge and his status to rape women and take advantage of people. The reporter said, a full-grown man breaks down in tears.
Breaks down in tears as a full-grown man who's just getting what he deserves.
Fell out. That reporter said, full-grown man. I want to know who that reporter was. But here he is, out raping women, taking advantage of people. At that moment, right there, at that very moment, all he could do and think about was, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. It feels like he's a victim. The first thing as criminals, what we do, we become the victim. After victimizing the whole world, we victimize everybody. Once we get caught, we become the victim. Ah, man, he crying because he got caught. And this is only the beginning. There is a whole pillow waiting for him upstate. He can soak it up. There's a whole pillow up there waiting for y'all. For y'all to soak up all that crying. They got some big fluffy pillows for y'all. Y'all can soak up. That's why I say accountability. Accountability. Yep. Accountability. If you hold yourself accountable and others accountable, just maybe they, you, us, we can make better decisions in our life before it's too late. Stop that goddamn while you're in prison.